He might be the best athlete to ever play at Georgia. He was an All-American baseball player and the runner-up for the Heisman Trophy in 1946. But when he was recruited out of high school, Charley Trippi didn't have a lot of choices.
I weighed only 160 pounds out of high school, and I came to visit Georgia, and they offered me a scholarship, but I was turned down prior to that by 4 different colleges.
Head coach Wally Butts must have seen something in the Pittston, Pennsylvania native, because Trippi is one reason why Georgia became a powerhouse in college football. He helped the Bulldogs win the 1942 national championship in his sophomore season. Trippi was named the Rose Bowl MVP after replacing an injured Frank Sinkwich, who won the Heisman that year. He rushed for 130 yards in that 9-0 win over UCLA. Expecting to be the featured back as a junior, there were other plans for Trippi. Like so many other young men, he answered his country's call to arms.
We all signed up in the reserve in 1942, and then after the season we were called into service, and of course we all went our way.
Trippi, though, did not get called overseas and was actually able to play on several service football teams before his discharge after the war, when it ended in 1945. But when he got back to Athens, Butts had made a change. The Bulldogs were now running the T formation.
I've always been a single-wing tailback until I went back to Georgia in '45, and it took me a couple of games to get acclimated to the style and what made it click. You know, there's certain things you have to adapt to in the T formation to be effective, and I had to work real hard at that because it was completely a new way of football for me.
Trippi joined the team halfway through the season and helped the Bulldogs to a 9-2 record. Everything clicked for Trippi as a senior. Georgia was proclaimed the one-man team, and he was named All-American, receiving his notification by telegram, of course. He was named the Maxwell Award winner for being the most valuable college player in the nation, and even though he was runner-up to Army's Mr. Outside, Glenn Davis, for the Heisman, Trippi knows that the Bulldogs being undefeated in his last year is what really counts.
The big deal to me was winning. If you win, you don't worry about ratings or making All-American teams or anything like that. You know, those things just fall in line if you win.
Charley Trippi, a winner and a true legend of SEC football.